Production of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by...
At Central Maine Community College,
I'm going to be a pathologist.
There is something for everyone.
An athletic trainer, physical therapist.
Your future starts here.
And Coram Credit Union, inspired by brighter futures and proud to support students, athletes, and the community. Learn more at ancoramcu.com.
Coastal Auto Parts, selling Napa auto parts since 1981. Owned and operated by a Maine family and proud to support student athletes.
Hammond Lumber Company, serving contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with building supplies and custom services from 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire.
From the Cross Insurance Arena in Portland, it's the 2026 MPA Boys Class A State Final, presented by Hammond Lumber, between the Camden Hills Windjammers and the Portland Bulldogs.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome inside the Cross Insurance Arena here in downtown Portland, Maine. Tonight, another gold ball on the line. The number 6 seeded Portland Bulldogs out of Class A South. Number 1 seeded Camden Hills Windjammers out of Class A North, along with Jared Richmond. My name is Rob Kennedy. This one's going to be a lot of fun tonight. First for Portland, a 6 seed, but I think in name only.
Exactly, and they really have come together at the right time. Dealt with some early season injuries. They didn't have Cordell Jones, one of their top players. He was the A South Tournament MVP. He missed the first 6 weeks of the season with a shoulder injury from the football season. But on the other side, let's talk about Camden Hills and Nolan Ames as well. These are two high-powered teams coming in here. It's going to be a classic matchup.
Yeah, you look at this team, too, with Nolan Ames has plenty of supporting company. Cordell Jones has a lot of talent to join him. The depth in these two teams is very, very good. What's impressed me about watching them both in the regional tournaments is just the overall athleticism that they've had.
Unbelievable athleticism, and they can play the style of basketball that they need to play to be successful. They've kind of chameleoned themselves in every game that they've played, especially Portland, who, by the way, they are locked down defensively. We'll talk about more of that in a second.
Bill Gabriel is standing by with our sideline man, Greg Levinsky. Let's send it over there.
Coach, it's the state final. Portland in Portland. What's it going to take down the Bulldogs?
It's going to take, our best effort of the season. We want to play a complete game. Our crowd's got to be loud. Bench got to be loud. 5 guys on the floor got to be loud, and hopefully that'll get the job done.
Everyone knows the name Nolan Ames. What does he bring to this team, and what do you want to see from him and everyone else?
I mean, he leads by example. He plays hard. He plays defense. I mean, he does it all. So we look to him in critical moments. But, we got a strong group of 5 guys out there, and we play good team basketball.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Greg. And Joel Gabriel was the point guard of the Windjammers team the last time they won a gold ball back in 2011, knocking off Cape Elizabeth. 68-59. That's the route they took to get to Portland here tonight. Just one loss on the season. And those wins over Skowhegan, Bangor, and the regional finals knocked off the Brunswick Dragons.
Absolutely. They played an outstanding regional tournament. We have players to watch. Nolan Ames, of course, we all know about him. He's the A North Tournament MVP. Over 23 points a game. Almost had a triple-double in that regional final. But let's not forget about Tucker Whitley as well. It's a very balanced team in that tournament. Tucker Whitley, 12 points a game. A double digits in all 3 tournament games. There's a hidden name in here. You can't, it's so balanced. We got to talk about Kiefer Healy as well.
Joe Russo, the Hall of Fame coach, is standing by. Let's send it down to Greg.
From the 6th seed to the state final, what allowed this team to get to this moment?
We finally got healthy. We finally got rid of some of the disruptions that were nobody's fault. And then we actually had a full team the last half of the season. And the kids started working together, and we gelled, and we created some nice chemistry.
I'm not sure if you guys have seen a scorer like Nolan Ames yet this year. What's it going to do to stop him?
He's a tough one. We got not one plan, we have 3 plans. So if 1 doesn't work, we'll go to 2. If 2 doesn't, we'll try 3. But he's a real deal. This guy can play. I love the way he sees the court, and includes his teammates. But he'll be a handful.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Greg. And Coach Joe Russo, you don't get to 500-plus wins without finding a way to stop a superstar. That's what he's going to try to do tonight as we look at the Portland Bulldogs' road to the gold.
Well, that's also what they did throughout these playoffs. By the way, the wins over South Portland, Sanford, and Cheverus, those are all teams that beat them in the regular season. So a little bit of a revenge tour as they're looking for their first gold ball since 2017. I want to highlight that number. Tournament points against 38. That was second best among all the boys regional champions. They are a lockdown defense.
And you can look at this Portland team too with those 3 games. They did different things to win those games. Didn't shoot particularly well against South Portland. Fought their way in the quarterfinals to win by 1. Had some big runs against Sanford. And then against Cheverus, went with a smaller lineup, spread the floor, attacked the rim, and pulled away in that game. Again, you talk about planning. Joe Russo has always been the man with the plan overall. Let's meet the Windjammers and the Bulldogs. We'll send it down to John Paradise. He's doing the pregame announcements tonight and all the PA here in Portland.
Association and Fame, the finance authority of Maine, remind you that interscholastic athletics are an extension of the classroom. We ask that you support all student athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators with positivity throughout tonight's contest. Thank you in advance for your support of sportsmanship and of the 2026 Maine State Basketball Tournament presented by Hammond Lumber Company. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Maine Principals Association welcomes you to Cross Insurance Arena for the State Class A Boys Championship Basketball game presented by Hammond Lumber Company. This evening's Boys Class A Championship contest features the visitors on the scoreboard, the Northern Class A champion, Windjammers of Camden Regional High School. And the home team on the scoreboard, the Class A South champion, Bulldogs of Portland High School. Our official scorer tonight is Ellen Durgan. The timer is Tyler Berthium. Our scoreboard operator, Paul Marquis. Music coordinator, Jake Hodgkin. Our certified athletic trainer tonight is Anne-Marie Gribben-Bouchard. Our officials for tonight's game, Mr. Beal, Mr. Meter, and Mr. Thornton. Now let's meet the team members. First, for the visitors from Camden Hills, a junior, number 5, Finn Mitchell. A junior, number 11, Cale Melquist. A senior, number 14, Evan Kimball. A junior, number 22, Carter Duke. A junior, number 24, Braden Beveridge. A senior, number 30, Jacob Harrington. A senior, number 32, Alec Brown. And a sophomore, number 33, Cole Hedrick. The assistant coaches, Michael McKeedy, John Morrow. The managers, Walter Field and Cody McLaughlin. And the scorekeeper for Camden Hills is Trudy McClellan. Now let's meet the team members from Portland High School. A junior, number 2, Justin Bouchard. A freshman, number 3, Ephraim Luseco. A junior, number 4, Wyatt Day. A junior, number 5, Alex Martin. A sophomore, number 12, Elvis Ashimwe. A junior, number 21, Quinn Derrick. A freshman, number 23, Jackson Gideon. And a senior, number 24, Colin Haig. Assistant coaches Dan Legage, Joseph Giordano, Dylan Goodman, and Jordan Drudge. The managers, Noah Giordano. And now, let's meet tonight's starters. From Camden Hills, a guard, a junior, number 2, Kiefer Healy. From Portland, a senior guard, number 0, Luik Ramanzani. From Camden Hills, a senior guard, number 12, Hollis Schwalm. From Portland, a junior guard, number 11, Maddox Mees. From Camden Hills, a senior center, number 15, Thomas Ledbetter. From Portland, a senior forward, number 10, Lucas Legage. From Camden Hills, a junior forward, number 21, Tucker Whitley. From Portland, a senior forward, number 0, Cordell Jones. From Camden Hills, a senior forward, number 35, Nolan Ames. From Portland, a senior center, number 20, Benny Lumani. Camden Hills head coach is Joel Gabriel. The head coach of Portland is Joe Russo.
Just about set to go here in Portland. Bulldogs and Windjammers, 15 state championships between these two teams. We take a look at the keys to the game.
Well, for me, it starts with Camden Hills batten down the hatches. They've gotten everybody's best game all tournament long, and they've, you know what, they've had games in single digits in the second half. They've had to overcome that, navigated rough seas, but they found a way. Also, all hands on deck. Of course, the focus is going to be on Nolan Ames. He had, again, that almost that triple-double in the regional final, and they should focus on it, but they also have other players, Kiefer Healy, Tucker Whitley, averaging double digits a game each in the regional tournament. For Portland, lock it down, throw away the key. 38 points a game allowed during their regional tournament as they make this run as a 6 seed. They held 4 first-team A-South players to an average of 6.4 points. That's amazing defense. And pull the leash. Don't get pulled. You dictate how this game is played. Don't let Camden pull you or push you around. You are in control.
Benny Lamani set to jump against Nolan Ames for Portland and Camden Hills, respectively. Portland in the whites, Camden Hills in the reds. We're underway, and it will be Bulldog basketball to start things off. Maddox Mees, the junior. He'll handle the basketball. Legage. Cordell Jones trying to get free. Ramazani does. Big Ramazani back near side. Legage again. How long will the feeling out process be in this game, do you think?
I think it'll be a few possessions here. Portland definitely content to grind it out.
Cordell Jones fires off the iron. There's a rebound and put back off the glass, Maddox Mees.
Well, he's such a sneaky player, one of their top football players as well. He's able to get in and find incisive space there. Nice rebound put back. Good first possession from Portland.
Kiefer Healy with it, starting things off for the Windjammers. Ames free. Reverse layup for 2. Spectacular start for Nolan Ames.
Unbelievable. He only had a couple of field goals in the regional final game. Did a lot of his damage from the free throw line, but he found some space on the baseline. What an acrobatic finish.
Cordell Jones deferring to Legage. Mees trying to take Kiefer Healy inside. Did. Got a Windjammer in the air. Couldn't score. There's Lamani to finish.
Well, they've got to do something about him as the game goes along. Lumani 6'7". I'm not doing that because the kids do it. That's how tall he is, and he made his presence felt inside.
Glad you were just mentioning the height, not bringing back that. Well, it hasn't really gone away, has it?
I don't think it's going anywhere. I'm hip to be a square.
Outside, Whitley for 3. It rolled out. Ledbetter fighting for the rebound. Ames was there as well, and what a battle. And that will be last touch by Cordell Jones. Camden keeps it.
Good hustle there on the baseline. Both teams starting to move the ball a little bit more, with more pace around the perimeter here. But a good answer from Portland on the other side there is, again, it's still that early process. You want to see what the different looks you're going to get defensively and what you can run offensively. Yeah, that's dangerous.
Ledbetter caught it and went back across the timeline. It's Bulldog basketball. Get a really good look at that one, didn't we?
It was right in front of us, and it's, you know, one of those early kind of, you know, still settling into this basketball game. One thing I think it's kind of a plus here for Portland. There's a lot of guys in this team that have gold ball game experience, between a lot of them playing on that state championship football team rather, but being in here, I think that kind of helps them with the early nerves. Good hustle on the sideline though.
I'll stay with Portland. Camden Hills has the same. Hall Schwalm as a state championship in football this past year. He was the quarterback for the Windjammers state championship team.
A couple of quarterbacks out there. Cordell Jones was the quarterback this year for the Bulldogs football team, going to Maine this fall to play football.
Got the ball now, Cordell does. Malik Ramazani. Great speed, but he got stripped at the last by Hollis Schwalm.
That's a great job. Schwalm digging in there defensively. He isn't a scorer for this team. It's what he does. He doesn't really fill the stat sheet other than his defensive presence. Great deflection of the basketball there.
Ramazani off the iron. There's the rebound. Thomas Ledbetter. Ames matched up with Ramazani. Ramazani wins this battle, but he couldn't save it. Came close. Stay with the Windjammers.
Well, this is what Portland's so good at doing at times, and Coach Russo's so good at designing defense and just getting these guys to play in front. Nowhere really for Nolan Ames to go, letting things develop in front of them, and Ramazani says, I'll take a swipe at that.
For Healy, matched up with Maddox Mees. Healy accelerates, high shot, tough one. Ames couldn't bury it, but he got fouled. That's the reason why you're not going to get a chance to earn those 2 points from the line.
Well, rebounding is going to be at a premium for both of these teams here this evening. Take a look at this driving down the lane. Healy misses. Really good attack on the back end of that by Ames, but unfortunately for Romani, he gets in there late.
Malik Ramazani called for the foul. Ames a 72% free throw shooter in the regional tournaments. Hits his first. Joe Russo, Maine Basketball Hall of Famer. Ames, his second shot. Perfect.
All four Camden Hills points here to get this game going.
Maddox Mees, watched by Healy. Engage for Portland. Ramazani inside, scoops and hits.
That's a great take down the middle. I think one thing I'm noticing early on, this Bulldogs team has an athleticism I don't think Camden Hills really saw in the regional tournament, getting settled into this.
Ledbetter's wouldn't fall, and a rebound. It was grabbed down by Benny Lamani. Maddox Mees. In the offense, looking for options here.
Portland will be very deliberate in how they run their sets.
I thought a three on the way. He faked me out, Cordell did. I'm not the first person he's faked out this year.
No, that's a great up fake, and that makes the defender have to be disciplined and really be patient on him coming up and closing out.
He's has some daylight, takes it to the hole and scores. The smooch off the square for two.
What a crossover there by Mees. Went to the right, came back to his left.
Bulldogs call for their second foul as you watch the finish.
This crossover here and the hesitation on the back end of it finishes with the offhand. Maddox Mees, 4 points
bucket
already.
Ames picked up by Jones. A matchup that is. Plays past him. Ramazani's picked him up now, just in front of the Portland bench.
He's got to be careful now. He's got 2 quick fouls.
Side to Schwalm. Healy. To pass that one off. Ledbetter's there for two.
Well, this is what he also does so well. Ledbetter just sitting down there in the dunker spot, available. The defender steps up to help. He has to. There's nowhere else to go with the basketball except for the wide open man for the layup.
Ledbetter had a huge game in the regional finals against Brunswick, scored 10 points. Had a few rebounds as well, had 4 in that game. Cordell will take the three this time, and he knew it was good. He was halfway back down the floor before it even hit the net.
Well, again, that's what that up fake he did on the last possession provides him. Now the defender has to respect his ability to drive by, gives him some more space.
Too much room given to Nolan Ames that time. Benny Lamani realized it, but he realized it too late.
What a start to the game for Nolan Ames. 6 points, showing you why he's a Mr. Maine basketball finalist.
He's bouncing off Healy. Needs support and gets it. Jones another three. Atomic!
Man, you could not let him get free now. They found that screen around the top. He's got 2 quality looks on 2 possessions to hit a couple of threes.
Fast and furious start here in Portland. 3 to go in the first quarter. 6-point lead for the Bulldogs as Kiefer Healy tries to pull 2 back. Ledbetter poked it ahead, but it ends up with Cordell Jones. Cordell with no signs of stopping at all, and why would he?
The speed and athleticism of this Portland team is on display right now. The hesitation, the crossover, and the strong finish at the rack for Cordell Jones. 8 points here in this first quarter.
Maine Public would like to remember Chris Thornton, a lifelong high school basketball fan. Chris supported today's coverage by making a bequest to Maine Public. His gift helps produce this statewide tradition for all to enjoy. For more information about how you can support our coverage, call Scott Marshallton, 207-330-4510.
Very grateful for that gift to help us bring you these tournament games, these state championship games all weekend long. It definitely is it's a Maine tradition.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers growing up watching the TV on Friday and Saturday, mostly Saturdays, to watch the state finals, and glad to continue to bring you that coverage here on Maine Public.
Back in the old days, watching the entire Southern Maine tournament and then the finals games, I learned Maine geography that way. Growing up down here in Southern Maine, I didn't know what DRL Stonington was. I certainly learned.
That is one of the most terrifying bridges to cross as you head down to DRL Stonington.
What a beautiful spot in the state.
Gorgeous place down there.
A ways up the coast from Camden Hills. The Windjammers of the basketball here as Ames stops, pops, rolls out. A rebound ends up with Cordell Jones, who's had a great start to this game. Lucas LaGage, it's offline and ends up with Kiefer Healy. He's serenaded by the Windjammers faithful.
It's a good transition. I think it may have been deflected too.
Healy's shot over Benny Lamani, hits it for two.
I like this from Camden Hills. Don't be scared. Start getting downhill and attacking the size that you might find underneath Lumani. He is tall, as we talked about it, 6'7", but you can still attack that.
Here from Museko with it here. Museko being guarded by Evan Kimball. Both those two just came in the game the last time out. LaGage to go under 2 minutes in the first quarter.
Just the deliberateness behind this Portland offense.
Knees took Healy to the rack. No. Lumani. No as well. Benny's got it again. That's poked into the backcourt by Ames, and he was slowed down. That foul called against Cordell Jones, but it probably saved 2 points.
Yes, definitely saved 2 points there. One thing about the Portland offense, it takes a while. They're patient. When they find the seam, they want to attack. But you give enough time and enough looks at it for somebody like Nolan Ames. He can time that pass back across there. Jones just trying to get to the loose ball. Instead gets a whole lot of Nolan Ames.
Oh, Schwalm inbounding. Careful, Ames will shoot from there. I was going to say, and he on cue does it. There's Lamani skying for the rebound over Braden Beveridge, who's number 24. He just came in for Camden Hills as well.
That's 4 defensive rebounds for Portland. 9 in the game, 5 offensive rebounds, extending possessions.
Jones trying to go around Ames, wouldn't go. Lamani outside. LaGage, swish! That's a 3 for Lucas LaGage.
Lucas LaGage was their leading scorer in the regular season. Did not score very much in the tournament. He even said I was kind of a decoy. Well, he's not one right now. 17 in the regional finals, and he's on point now here in the state game.
3 threes in the regional finals against Cheverus. That's rejected. Ephraim Museko, the freshman, rising high. Cordell Jones. He's will kick it back outside. Under a minute to go in the first.
There's just an explosiveness to this Portland offense I think Camden Hills is trying to settle in against.
Museko lost it. And a player control foul call. That's against Jones as well, so that's 2 on him. Braden Beveridge, the man who drew it.
Good job getting in possession. A position there. We saw Jones in the regional final have some tough plays downhill. They trailed Cheverus early. Then he started to attack the basket, really got aerial, was able to absorb contact that time, delivered most of the contact. So now Ramazani and Jones, both with 2 fouls here. We're not even out of the first quarter.
Each team with 4 fouls now. 40 seconds to work. Camden Hills has the arrow. Ames attacking the buckets. Strong take, he hits it.
It just feels inevitable, doesn't he? He just can do so many different things and attack you in so many different ways. And he knows now that Portland's dealing with a little foul trouble. So, again, I like that he's getting downhill and attacking.
Alex Mees outside. Museko. They dared him to shoot. He didn't want it that time. As Evan Kimball's right there in front of him in red. 7 seconds. Jones will start the attack. Into the paint. The kick out. Museko for 3. Not quite. And that's the way the first quarter will end. Camden Hills basketball. They trail by 7. We return to Portland after this. It's the Class A Boys State Championship on Maine Public Television.
Production of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by
At Thomas College, we do college differently. We do academics differently. We do community differently. We do careers differently. It's time to do college differently.
Sheridan Construction, a Maine company committed to building on their promise for over 75 years.
The environment is just awesome.
Great campus, small, close-knit community.
Everyone's really welcoming.
Everything feels very personal.
You feel like you belong here.
Both teams showing some flashes of brilliance, offensively especially in the first quarter, but Portland with a strong start. They have a 7-point lead.
A lot of that has to do with the fact that they are doing a great job on the offensive rebounding. 6 offensive rebounds in that first period, 11 overall. Camden Hills has got to start finding an answer for Benny Lumani down underneath. His ability to create spots, create rebounds is just tremendous, using his size, length, and athleticism.
Love having a band here. It adds so much atmosphere to a state championship game, and well, it certainly feels like a title game here in Portland.
It does. Great atmosphere. Place is filled up quite nicely here in the Cross Insurance Arena as we get set for quarter number 2.
Ames with the basketball. Loic Ramazani picks him up. Big screen set by Harrington. That's going to be a team control foul. See that one again.
Take a look at this here as we're just trying to set a little pick and roll action. A little bit of extra right there on that. As Jacob Harrington, we noticed throughout the regional tournament, more of a rebounding specialist. In fact, he only averaged just under 2 points a game, but it was his rebounds. Four rebounds a game in the regional tournament. Came in big spots. He's out there as a physical presence for the Windjammers.
That's what he does. Outstanding on the glass. He's there to counter Loic Ramazani. Oh, excuse me, Benny Lumani. Ramazani has it here. Lumani couldn't gather the pass. It'll be Windjammers basketball.
Nice little job to slip the screen here and get downhill by Lumani. Just trying to get a little something going there. Now Portland are going to apply some full court pressure in a different way than we've seen here before. Coach Russo will mix it up quite a bit with his defenses. He says that's where it starts for us.
Tucker Whitley wants the 3, swish.
Well, there's a great response right there. A great start to the quarter for Whitley. That one from the women's college 3-point line.
He's trying to go inside. The high one off the glass counts.
Maddox Mees again showing his quick first step, get downhill and score.
Really outside to Ledbetter. Now go underneath. That was blocked by Lumani. It stays with the Windjammers.
They were trying to get through the lane there, and there's nowhere to go with that pass. It is, if he wants to play high, which he can, you got to bounce past that, go low and go underneath his height.
Gabriel trying to lead the Windjammers with the first goal ball for 2011. He won't get it that way on Benny Lumani.
I don't know what more you can do on that.
He even swatted out of bounds either. That's the greatness of it. A nice touch on that to keep it in bounds and get possession. A lot of guys just like smashing it out of the way, as that one is going to drop for Cordell Jones. That's his second 3.
Cordell Jones has found a rhythm from the outside. You cannot let him get going if you're Camden Hills.
Whitley kissed off the glass over Benny Lumani. That's the only way to score in that situation. Get it over the big man. Use the window.
It's a great pull-up shot. If they can continue to hit those pull-up jumpers, those mid-rangers, that'll free things up underneath.
Ramazani stops at the elbow. Too strong. It was knocked away by Ledbetter. It looked like Lumani had the inside track on that, but Ledbetter got a paw on there.
A really good job by Ledbetter to punch that back out across the lane.
Ames. Good work by Mees to stay with him. There's a steal from Jones. Jones around Healy. Outside, 3 on the way. LaGage. Like a contact with a net. That's what the Portland fans wanted.
Definitely what they wanted there.
And the spike doesn't work. It was saved by Whitley. Ledbetter. Laid in by Kiefer Healy.
And that's what Camden Hills wants to do. They want to get out and run, and Coach Russo knows that and wants to slow this thing down. When this team, Camden Hills, gets out in transition, man, are they dangerous as we take a look at it here. There's the rebound, the long outlet pass. This thing only touches the floor once. 94 feet, ball hits the floor once, 2 points. That's great math for Camden Hills.
Miss a game or want to watch one again? Maine Public is rebroadcasting all of the state final games this weekend. Last night's Class B games were seen this morning. Today's games begin tonight at 10 p.m. with a replay of the Class C girls Then championship weekend picks up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for a full day of state final excitement, starting with the Class C boys at 6 a.m. For the full replay schedule, head to mainepublic.org/basketball.
A little snowy tomorrow. Sounds like a great plan. Post up on the couch, get the coffee going. There you see some the Camden Hills band down to our right. They've been tremendous all tournament long, but it's a great way to spend a Sunday.
I want to watch the game we just saw here in Portland again, too. The epic Chevrolet comeback down 17 at halftime to tie it late and win it in overtime, breaking the hearts of the Camden Academy Broncos.
Phenomenal game.
Museko stops in the paint, hits off the glass.
The hesitation moves and the crossovers and the change of pace dribble moves at the three-point line by Portland have just got Camden Hills baffled right now.
Owen Ames inside, taking on all the Bulldogs. Picks up the foul.
He's not afraid to head into the pound there and try and get 2 points of his own. Has to adjust his shot just a little bit, but he's not the guy that you want to put on the free throw line here if you're Portland.
So a quick conversation. Ames set to shoot two. He was the #2 free throw man in the postseason. Only Keith Healy had a better percentage at 90%. He was at 72. He hits that first shot.
Alex Mees, the guilty party on the foul.
Ames, of course, led in the other three statistical categories in points, rebounds, and assists. 23.7 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 5.3 assists. This Maine basketball finalist.
Heidi Knights.
It's the second. 5-point game. Pressure from the Windjammers. Odell Jones, Portland, working quickly. Alex Martin hits it. Another football player on this Bulldogs basketball team with gold ball experience. He got his first 2 points.
We'll call that an efficient football drive all through the air. No running plays, all passes. Great job to break the press with the ball never touching the floor. Love it.
Ames, tough shot offline. Whitney's got the rebound. Oh. My, oh my.
Watch this rebound, first of all. This is not an easy rebound. One hand back over, but that's just, what are you going to do about that? Absolutely nothing. Laseko came over.
Ames in, switches hands for two.
You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And a really good job right now of Portland. Okay, he's going to be the guy that beats us. We're not going to let the secondary role players step up.
Odell lost the handle. Ames got a hand in. Here come the Windjammers. Schwalm resets. Ames for three. Got it!
But then again, I don't know the wisdom of that strategy. It doesn't matter what line. They put down tape lines inside the Camden Hills gym this week. It feels like he's like working his way back, making sure he's got one from each depth.
Almost stolen from Luseko. Was knocked into the back court. So Portland can reset. Alex Martin. He's back to Martin. No look pass. Finish off the glass. Lucas Legage.
And there's Legage at 17 in the regional final. 3 threes, but gets the job done on the low block.
A couple of subs waiting to come in for Camden Hills, but waiting a while. This is the back and forth, fast-paced. A lot of entertainment. Ames. Oh, man. With a hand in his face, Nolan Ames hits another three.
I know they don't announce Mr. Maine basketball till next Saturday up in Bangor, but I'm going to put the crown on the young man tonight. He is putting on a show here in the first half. Unbelievable.
Luseko, the freshman, Mees now with it. He's trying to get past, get inside on Tucker Whitley, the foul calls. Alex Mees being helped up.
Take a look here at the replay coming downhill again. It's the hesitation moves here for Portland that are helping get them to the rack. Good late pass there. And a good finish.
Dale Melquist checked into the game for the Windjammers, number 11. He's aims and fires. He'll get one more. Here come the subs.
First trip to the free throw line here for the Bulldogs. 3:15 left to go in the opening half. So good disciplined defense here by Portland to not, or Camden Hills rather, to not be putting the Bulldogs on the free throw line.
Kimball in the game. Tucker Whitley's back in. The keeper Healy, I should say. Neither one falls.
Bulldogs will just take over 61% from the free throw line in the regional tournament. 0 for here tonight so far.
Ames, another one. Just running roughshod when he gets inside. He's hitting from outside. He can take it to the rack as well.
He's the reason Superman put his cape on tonight, everybody. 20 of Camden Hill's 31 points belong to the man in 35.
Seiko outside. Here's a three on the way. Legage rolled out. Alex Martin couldn't handle a rebound. Bounced off his hands. Windjammers back. Ames stops. A Larry Bird pass ends up the two for Tucker Whitley. He looked one way and made the perfect pass the other.
Well, Camden Hills has started to do a better job on defensive rebound to create transition. Now they're playing the game that they want to play.
Failing winds and calm seas here for Camden Hills in the second quarter. It's been all Windjammers. And that breaks up the run. Lucas Legage. Portland back down by one.
Great job of finding space, getting back to being disciplined in the half court, not playing hectic or frantic. They've got that little waterfall action whenever they want it. Portland gets back to getting downhill.
1 or 2 minutes in the half. Tucker Whitley outside. Three on the way. Count it! That's Hollis Schwab. Camden Hills up to a 4-point lead. And the shot won't go. The rookie Ephraim Luseko will shoot for the line.
Let's take a look here. This is Nolan Ames' night so far. 20 points on the game. Do that strong take to the rack. Then he can do it from the outside as well. Shows the crowd all about it. And how about another one of the hand in your face? And then he's doing it everywhere. Good strong take. 20 points of the 36 of Camden Hills belong to Superman himself, Nolan Ames.
Seiko hits the first. Almost led better back in. And so is Loic Ramazani for Portland.
Your turn to kind of weather this run here. Both teams have exchanged some runs here throughout the basketball game. Keep it within shouting distance here. Don't let Camden Hills continue to get hot.
Point game, under 2 to go. Swamp. Gage to back off a little bit. Ledbetter working inside. Luseko, the pass, a little bit behind Evan Kimball. Here comes Jones. Ames picks him up immediately. He's doubled. Passes out of it. They'll go inside. Now the three on the way. Legage, it's perfect. And Portland back on top by one.
What a great counter punch here from Portland. Nolan Ames started to get hot. They settle back down. They get into an offensive set and run through it. They've pieced together a run here to get back on top.
Ames to Kiefer Healy. Guarded by Ramazani. Kimball to Schwam. There's Legage there defensively as Schwam works his way in. The shot won't fall. There's Martin skying for the rebounds.
And again, this is that smaller lineup that Coach Russo went with against Chevrolet in that regional final. They had a lot of success with it.
Benny Lamonti didn't spend nearly as much time on the floor in that game. All depends on who you're playing and the best way to attack them. Legage outside, 30 seconds remaining. Kimball having a good battle. Seiko almost ran into a trap, got out of it. And Seiko will score off the glass. Almost lost the basketball 3 times, but he persevered.
It's like he had it on a yo-yo as a string. He kept pulling it back to himself no matter how many times Camden Hills got a hand on it.
Nolan Ames still has 10 seconds. He still has the basketball, but he's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Ball somewhere under the table over here.
It's right underneath. It's right underneath. There we go.
Greg?
It's under Greg. Greg has the ball underneath them. That or Lucas McNeely of Maine basketball rankings. They were down there trying to pilfer the Spalding.
6.1 seconds as Cordell Jones set to inbounds. Seiko, he'll hurry. Guarded by Ledbetter. Seiko has to get rid of it and won't get the shot away. Took a little too long to get that over to the corner, and Portland wants to be satisfied with a 3-point lead here at the half. It's been a good one. Some of the highlights here as we step aside to the break. We'll come back here to Portland's Class A Boys State Championship on Maine Public Television.
Production of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by
At Central Maine Community College,
I'm going to be a pathologist.
there is something for everyone.
An athletic trainer, physical therapist.
Your future starts here.
A new car? A new home? Or what about that vacation you know you deserve? Why spend more when you could spend less? MaineCreditUnions.org.
Hammond Lumber Company, with 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire, serving contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers since 1953.
Expect the unexpected at the University of Maine at Presque Isle, committed to providing an affordable education with a personalized experience full of discovery and innovation.
It's a fun way to challenge myself and see what I know.
It's a unique experience to meet other kids from around the state.
It's really, really cool to see everyone's different talents and skills.
So making a game out of it is the perfect combination.
And I can learn a lot of new fun facts and just show off my knowledge.
I just really like trivia. I know a lot of stuff and I want to share all this random stuff I know with my school to help improve school spirit.
And I want to be with my friends and hopefully win. Let's go have some fun with trivia.
Three-point lead for the Portland Bulldogs here at halftime. Gold balls being presented, but so are Maine Sportsmanship Awards. So we'll send it down to have those presented here at halftime.
The Finance Authority of Maine. It's an honor to present sportsmanship banners in boys basketball. During the season, each basketball team in Maine was asked to select an opponent they felt was most deserving of receiving a sportsmanship award. The schools we recognize with the Sportsmanship Award have displayed respect of officials, coaches, and opponents, fair play, honesty and integrity, and a true love for the game of basketball. We're pleased to recognize in boys Class B South, the Hawks of Marshwood High School. Here today to receive the award is Coach Bobby Pratt, along with players Brevin Lavin, Damian Gilmore, Brandon Martin, Cooper Sims, Robert Williams, Kyler DeWilt, Nick Insara, Finn Parker, Zeph Lira, Lucas Caswell, and Jacob Healy. We are also pleased to recognize in boys Class C South, the Flyers of Waynfleet School. Here today to receive the award, coaches Andrew Leach, Steve Gilbert, Paul Thomas, and Javon Pitts-Young, along with players Diego Scher Cardona, Malcolm O'Rill, Mercy Nkulu, Joseph Alsup, J.J. Carlo, Lucas Morales, Milo Mamoni, Leo Robinson, Zane Thomas, and Max Sears. Thank you to FAME, the Finance Authority of Maine, for helping us present our Sportsmanship Awards tonight. Attention class of 2026, want a sweet paycheck in your future? It's simple. If you need skills, how do you get those skills? Training. How do you pay for that training? The FAFSA. Ready to level up your pay? File the FAFSA at studentaid.gov or get your free FAFSA guide from FAME at famemaine.com/levelup. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can have your attention once again, please. For the past 16 years in Augusta, there has been an advocate for educational-based athletics at the Maine Principals Association, a voice that always puts student athletes at the forefront of any and all decisions. Mike Burnham's leadership and guidance through the numerous good times and the challenges of life, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, have lifted us all to be better student athletes, fans, administrators, officials, and spectators. Mike will be retiring in June as the Interscholastic Executive Director for the Maine Principals Association. And tonight we'd like to take this opportunity to publicly recognize him, present him with the game ball, and thank him most of all for his tireless dedication to make Maine high school athletics a first-class experience for all. Thank you, Mr. Burnham. You will certainly be missed, and we wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the Marshwood Hawks, the Waynfleet Flyers, and the Sportsmanship Awards, and of course Mike Burnham, 18 years with the Maine Principals Association, stepping down. This will be his last game in charge of the MPA, honoring him here at halftime as well.
He's been honored at all 3 sites over the last 2 days, up in Bangor last night. In Augusta this afternoon, he was up there for some of the Class S and Class D action up there at the Civic Center. Made the drive down. We put more miles on their car this week than maybe Mike Burnham.
I would think that's probably true. And of course, the Sportsmanship Awards, I know, are a real huge source of pride for schools as well. So we want to make sure we congratulate and honor the 2 schools that won those in Marshwood and Waynfleet. Join host Ainsland Sarnacki for Season 3 of Borealis, Maine's public Emmy Award-winning outdoor series. Whether hiking up to a beautiful vista or learning about fly rod Crosby, you'll experience Maine like never before. The new season starts April 2nd right here on Maine Public Television.
Fly Rod Crosby, the first ever registered Maine guide.
Yep, she's a legendary character here in the state of Maine. And a couple of players here are going to maybe make legendary status tonight. Nolan Ames, at the first half he's had, just outstanding. Even as well as he's played, the Portland Bulldogs have that 3-point lead. Just some excellent talent on display in the first 16 minutes of basketball.
Well, I think the difference right now is there's a little more balance to what Portland is doing. 2 players in double figures as opposed to just the only 1 player in double figures for Camden Hills. Nolan Ames, 20 points in this game so far, while Lucas Legage and Cordell Jones have 10 and 11 respectively. So a little more balance on that. In fact, 7 Bulldogs have scored compared to just the 5 that have scored here for Camden Hills. But yet, continues to just show you how talented Nolan Ames is, and how important he is to this team and what he can do. As you take a look at some of the Camden Hills fans up there, they've been supporting this team all season long. Take a look across the other side there.
7 gold balls for the Windjammers, the last in 2011. They'd love to win another one. That great team went to the gold ball, it seemed like every single year in the first decade of the 2000s. For Portland, they won the most recent gold ball back in 2014. Still remembering 3 years ago, lost 52-42 to South Portland in an epic contest here. They have 8 state championships starting back in 1936. They won the regionals for the first time in 1923, 103 years ago, as the Windjammers coming back out on the court. In the locker room, anything surprising you think going on as far as what coaches are doing in this 3-point game, or is it more staying the course?
Well, I think real quickly for Portland, it's continue to be patient, discipline in the half court and rebound. And if it's Camden Hills, get downhill and attack. And also, we got to start rebounding a little bit better here in the second half.
3-point deficit for the Camden Hills Windjammers as we start getting ahead of ourselves toward the second half overall. It's going to be Portland and Camden Hills down the stretch. Will the Bulldogs maintain the 3-point lead, or will Camden Hills win their first championship in 15 years? We have that dead ahead on Maine Public Television.
Of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by
Hammond Lumber Company, with 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire, serving contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers since 1953.
Coastal Auto Parts, selling Napa Auto Parts since 1981. Owned and operated by a Maine family and proud to support student athletes.
And Coram Credit Union, inspired by brighter futures and proud to support students, athletes, and the community. Learn more at ancorumcu.com.
The environment is just awesome.
Great campus, small, close-knit community.
Everyone's really welcoming.
Everything feels very personal.
You feel like you belong here.
Borealis, the nature of Maine. Maine Public Television's Emmy Award-winning series is back with another season full of incredible stories from Maine's backcountry. We'll take you to scenic mountaintops, across pristine lakes and rivers, to the rugged coast and places beyond, searching for the people, places, and wildlife that define this great state of Maine. Join us on this adventure as we travel the backroads, trails, and waterways that connect Maine's people to the great outdoors. It all kicks off April 2nd on Maine Public Television.
Back here in Portland, except for the second half, we can take a look at the halftime stats. We'll have a moment where the teams jump out onto the floor. Hills and the Portland Bulldogs all set to go. It's Portland basketball as we switch ends.
Again, I think the big stat for me that pops out, just kind of keep a tabulation here on the sideline. 14 rebounds for Portland in that first half, only 10 for Camden Hills, but 7 offensive rebounds for Portland. Both teams shooting over 55%. Really good shooting display here. This defense is out the window here tonight.
16 minutes to a gold ball, maybe more perhaps. They try to force that in, but it wouldn't get to Lamani. Jones has it though, as the Windjammers had knocked it away. Ledbetter made the play, and it looked like the boys in red would get the ball out of it right away off the steal, but Jones has it again.
Well, they went right away.
Foul.
They went right away to take a double team Lamani on that. I think if Portland can recognize it, they see that 1 or 2 more times, I think Coach Russo's going to have that secondary action instead of lobbing it into Romani and come around, especially if Camden's going to play 2 down on him like that.
Tucker Whitley called for the foul. Gage inbounds. Jones. Got it back. Ramazani open for 3. And Ames has the rebounds. Nolan Ames, 20 points in the first half. Great step, hit the little flare up over Benny Lamani, but the shot missed, and 2 quick fouls now on Camden Hills in the first 43 seconds of this third quarter.
Well, on one end of the floor, Nolan Ames does a good job to win position for the defensive rebound. On the other end, misses out late to the game on that offensive rebound and brings a hand down across.
Ames called for the foul, that's his second.
Windjammer with 2 fouls in this game.
No any serious foul trouble really here. Cordell Jones launching the 3. He's got 2 already. He's fouled the shot. The 3 on the way. That was Gage. No. Lumani goes high over everybody. Wouldn't drop. And there's Ames to snatch the rebounds.
Whitley did everything he could. Great box out. There's just nothing he can do with the length there.
Schwalm wanted Ledbetter. He was guarded by LeGage. Whitley, NBA range, off the back iron. Ames had it, lost it, was poked away by Ramazani, in fact. Cordell Jones takes it strong, and they'll go to the line. That'll be on Whitley. 3 fouls now on the Windjammers, so Portland, which didn't shoot overly well in the regional tournaments, 61.5% from the line, a chance to maybe make some hay there in the third quarter with 3 fouls already.
Just a little greedy on that one there by Tucker Whitley, thinking he could come all the way across the body of Jones. Said he's going to put Jones on the free throw line.
7% free throw shooter in the regional tournaments. You get one more chance. Make it a 2-score game. Joe Russo looking on.
That's 3 missed free throws here in a tight game like this. Those are the ones that you've got to start making, or they start piling up in a negative way for you.
Either one. Schwalm has the rebounds. For Healy. A little daylight. It was closed off by Means, but he hits the shot. A little fall away for the junior.
That's like 6 points for Healy now. Again, they try to preach balance here. I know you can try and filter it all through Nolan Ames, but again, Healy and Whitley are guys who can score now. 6 for Healy, 7 for Whitley.
Ramazani, boom!
Well, there's a great answer on the other end of the floor there. Ramazani from the corner nails it.
For Healy. Jammers down 4. Whitley being stared at by Lumani. Schwalm underneath. Running at Lumani in the air. Lumani wouldn't bite. Healy couldn't force it outside. Jones snatched it away. LeGage took it strong, but he traveled first.
That's an outstanding job down there by Portland to collapse down inside. Good patience to get it in there, but also a really good job again. You're dealing with Lamani and his size down there to be patient against that and not get greedy and try and swat away. Portland has done a good job of creating turnovers. 6 now for Camden Hills.
Schwalm. Thought about the 3. Whitley outside. Ames shadowed by Ramazani right now, although they stand with him to face guard. That shot won't work. Ames got by Ramazani, but the ball too high off the glass, and now Ramazani's back quickly. Look at him go. Cordell Jones couldn't split defenders. Handed that off to Ramazani. He's in deep. Oh, what an acrobatic finish by Loic Ramazani.
It's a 5-point quarter for Ramazani, and Loic putting on a show there. He said, oh, you think Nolan Ames can make acrobatic plays? Well, I can as well. What a matchup here tonight.
Tucker Whitley. Work that inside. Loose, grabbed, jump ball. It stays with Camden Hills. He's finding it very hard to get open here in the third quarter.
Be our first jump ball of the game, as you see there on the ground. Loic Ramazani holding his hands up, wanting some help. But watch this here. Able to change his body angle in the air. That's still really nice defense from Tucker Whitley rotating over, but incredible finish.
He's almost intercepted it. Got to Healy. Whitley. Ames got that in front of Ramazani. Ames fires. No. Healy almost ghosted in to steal the rebound, but eventually Maddox Mees did corral that. Mees has it here.
This is what I talked about in the pregame. Portland is controlling the tempo and pace of this basketball game. It's a good timeout here from Coach Russo, but it just feels like Portland has control of the tempo. When they didn't, that's when Camden Hills made that run and started to explode it, but they can kind of just accordion this game to the speed that they want to play at.
Maine Public brings you the Maine State High School Basketball Championships free, whether over the air or streaming. Basketball fans around the world can cheer on their favorite Maine team. Why not cheer on Maine Public by helping to support this free broadcast? Show your support for basketball on Maine Public Television. Become a member. Head to mainepublic.org and click the big red donate button. And thanks.
6-point lead for Portland right now, but it feels like it's tighter than that. This talks about how incredible, it really highlights how important this possession is from Portland. If you can get to 8, that'd be the largest lead for either team so far in this game. And then that really changes the dynamic, because now it's really, I call it 3.5 possessions at 8 points.
6-point lead now. The Bulldogs set to inbound with Cordell Jones right next to his coach.
Winning the quarter by 3, and that's the most important part. They won that first half of the quarter.
Seiko, the freshman, number 3 is checked in. LeGage rattles it down. And there is the 8-point lead.
They're just so worried about Lumani on the pick and roll. They're doubling it. They're trying to ice the screen, and Portland's just going around it and getting downhill and getting shots.
Lom underneath, great pass. The fadeaway rejected. Oh, what a block by Benny Lumani. Loic Ramazani got fouled by Ames. That's his third.
Well, Lumani doing a good job underneath, but watch this here. Late coming back to the party.
You know what I'm going to say there, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Go home and get your shine box. What a block. How many is that for Benny now?
At
least 2.
It's 2 now,
yep.
But it feels like more. He's just, if he's not blocking it, he's definitely deterring it and deflecting it in some way, shape, or form with his presence.
Seiko, great move inside. It's a 10-point lead for Portland. Quick shot for a response, won't go. That was Kiefer Healy. Cordell Jones.
But it's rebounding for Lumani has been the difference. 11 rebounds in the game now. 6 on defense, 5 on offense.
Ramazani stops, pops, no. Rebound down to Kiefer Healy. Whitley had a little space. Deferred outside to Ames. Oh, what a great pass. And there's Healy to cash it in. Timeout called by Joel Gabriel.
Coach Gabriel's got a couple words for Adam Beal, one of the officials here tonight, but this pass, he did this so well in that regional final. The no-look pass down inside, he made a living on that. In fact, he did that 11 times in the regional final game as part of his double-double.
High School Quiz Show Maine Season 9 is about to begin. 16 teams from across Maine are competing to see who will be this year's champion and bring home the $1,000 prize. Tune in for the season premiere on Thursday, March 19th at 8, right here on Maine Public Television.
20 points in the first half for Nolan Ames. 0 points here through the first 4 minutes and 59 seconds of the third quarter. So they've done a really good job. That's an interesting use of the hat there. You see some of the Windjammer faithful, the young Windjammers over there.
No surprise that Camden Hills traveled very well. Plenty of red right behind us. Across the way, Portland Bulldogs fan student section. That side pretty much full as well. In fact, the seats But you see here in the corners and the ends, that's just about it. And there's that sea of red I was talking about. They've had such a tradition there at Camden Hills. Ready for another gold ball on the mid-coast. They had some work to do down 8 points.
Well, this feels like Portland's done a much better job defensively of stretching things out and then shutting down gaps. It kind of looks like there's an opening and they shut it down so quick. Now Camden Hills has to come with some pressure here as they get into a 1-2-2.
See if they can make the Bulldogs uncomfortable. Ramazani, and it's stolen. But Ames dribbled that on the end line, so it'll stay with the Bulldogs, and that 2 points will not count.
Well, uncomfortable is the correct word there, right on the inbound. The other thing that does now is now Cordell Jones does not have the baseline to run after the made basket. He had it before, but that quick turnover isolated it.
Seiko, dangerous pass. It got through to Jones, however. Jones's pass deflected, last touched by Kiefer Healy and the Windjammers.
Really good job to escape that, come downhill, and then the little scoop pass across. But Camden Hills does a great job in defensive transition. They always have a defensive rim runner to take away those kind of plays.
Cordell Jones. Ramazani trying to work on Ames. Gage back to Jones again. Knees, no shot. Ramazani couldn't work inside. Ames wouldn't let him pass.
Unbelievable offensive discipline. They're trying, they're probing and attacking, and it's not there. They kick out and cycle through.
Seiko, the freshman, got the shot, just wouldn't fall for him. Back quickly. Evan Kimball. Kimball, player control foul. Maddox Mees lured him in.
That's another foul here in this period against Camden Hills. Here comes down the hill, and Mees just sits there and takes it.
4 fouls now on the Windjammers as Braden Beveridge comes back in. Kiefer Healy will sit. Actually, it's the 5th foul now. The rest of the quarter, Portland will shoot. Cordell Jones, a bit of trouble.
4 points in the period here for the Windjammers.
Jones, got by Schwalm, almost lost the basketball. Mees, baseline, kissed off the glass.
Again, it's for me the first step from Portland on the perimeter. When they get a look and the closeout is late, they're ripping and they are attacking and they're getting downhill with purpose.
Ames. Ramazani's did a good job defending him. Made the block.
Ramazani had the 2 quick fouls in this game. He's played very disciplined since then.
Ramazani the pass into the corner. LeGage, 3! And the lead of Baker's dozen here for the Bulldogs. They're pulling away. Ames. Oh, strong bucket in one.
He paid a tough price on that physically. The Windjammers needed a spark, and this might be it here as Nolan Ames again. Take a look actually at the other end here. The kick out, corner 3. That's a great finish from there, and that is just a difference maker in this basketball game right now. Lucas LeGage, 17 in the regional finals, 3 threes. He's got 3 threes and 15 points here in a state championship game.
Monty back in to give Cordell Jones a rest with 1:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. The shot from Ames will make it a 10-point game if the senior can connect. He does not. Rebounds. Went off the knee of Loic Ramazani, so it stays with the Windjammers.
It took a while for Nolan Ames to get a bucket here in this 3rd quarter. It almost might, to me, feels like it might be time for him to start getting a little more selfish here. He kind of pieced together that big run on his own.
Rejected. Oh, that was Benny Lamani.
Man, he is just, it is a no-fly zone down there under the basket when he gets anywhere near that basketball. Just quick, incisive hands, able to get a paw on it again. His 3rd block of the night.
Ledbetter. Back to Ames. Hounded by Mees. But he got by him. Reverse layup blocked and stuffed. Useko with the basketball.
Just nowhere to go down there. This is stifling defense here from the Portland Bulldogs.
Put up a wall there inside the paint. Almost stolen. Mees has it after it was deflected by Beveridge. Ramazani directs traffic, 52 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Portland with an 11-point lead. Basketball in the arrow.
Who's over there orchestrating everything?
Ramazani, Loic Seychouk.
just unbelievable. They do such a great job of creating space, makes the defender feel uncomfortable, and then when they close out, there's nowhere for them to go laterally. The further you are from the basket, the more space you should give a dribble handler, a ball handler. But when you're down and you're trying to speed up the tempo of the offense, it's just not going to work the way Portland's able to beat you off the dribble.
Tucker Whitley, 15 seconds to work. Camden Hills trying to cut into the 13-point deficit. Portland gets the ball back. Out of the break, that won't go. Ames, oh, what a follow. That timeout called by Joel Gabriel.
Where in the world did Nolan Ames come from on this?
We'll find out now.
Let's take a look. Just kind of a little shake move there by Whitley. Gets downhill, gets deflected, and then how does he grab that up off the head of Lumani and then finished it? What a play.
Spawned like a video game character there. Out of no place.
It's like he transported down. There he was. I said it. I think number 35's got to put on Superman cape here for the next 8 minutes and 4 seconds.
Camden Hills should be heartened by what Chevrolet did earlier today as they came back from a fourth quarter deficit to force overtime and win a gold ball. And Camden Hills just down 11 against a very good Portland team. But of course, we know the talent on both sides of the floor here right now in Portland. Windjammers breaking back out to defend with just under 5 seconds to go.
Saw some of the young Camden Hills faithful putting on some dance moves. Well, I believe it's called mugging or down there. That's what the Portland student section was doing, kind of just posing, striking a pose.
Mugging, huh?
Mugging.
My definition of that is what you do like in an alley after dark. Not that I would know much about that. Here's the three at the buzzer. No. Lucas Legage close, but the Bulldogs get the ball back with an 11-point lead. Heading down the stretch, the Class A Boys State Championship right here on Maine Public Television. We'll be back.
Production of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by...
At Central Maine Community College,
I'm going to be a pathologist.
there is something for everyone.
An athletic trainer, physical therapist.
Your future starts here.
Sheridan Construction, a Maine company committed to building on their promise for over 75 years.
At Thomas College, we do college differently. We do academics differently. We do community differently. We do careers differently. It's time to do college differently.
So the Camden Hills Windjammers have a comeback in them to win their first gold ball in 15 years. It will be the Portland Bulldogs taking their first gold ball in a dozen as we look at the Camden Hills band and players set to start. Quarter number 4. Thanks for joining us, along with Jared Richmond. I'm Rob Kennedy, courtside here at the Cross Insurance Arena in downtown Portland, where a gold ball will be awarded in 8 minutes of game time.
That was the 8th quarter that Portland's defense has held the team to single digits in this tournament.
Probably the most impressive time to do it, too. The gold ball on the line against Nolan Ames, this talented Windjammers crew. Ramazani. Work inside on Schwam. Passed off underneath Cordell Jones. Big bucket for Portland to start the fourth quarter.
Well, Portland overloads the left side of the floor, creates all kinds of space for Ramazani. Oh.
That's Ramazani off the seal from Maddox Mees. 4 quick ones for Portland. Their lead now 15, the largest of the game.
It's just the different ways that Portland's done it here. They've done it with half-court defense, full-court defense, and explosive moves to the basket.
Healy's in trouble. Ball's ripped away. And Portland's been on fire to start the fourth quarter. Useko wanted in on the fun, but he passed outside to Ramazani. Jones penetrates, went around the attempt to take a charge by Kiefer Healy and laid it in.
That's just not fair. What a take down the middle. What a well-rounded Portland basketball team. Talk about finding the best time to play your best basketball. Well, the Bulldogs certainly have done that.
They lead by 17, and that pass forced into the passing lane, stolen by Mees. Legage, it's all Bulldogs here in the fourth.
They are just in full attack mode. Doesn't matter where you are on the floor. They are just everywhere. An 8-0 run here to start off the fourth quarter.
Windjammers have to start scoring. They need a sextant to catch up with this Bulldogs team. That's a great take by Kiefer Healy and a needed bucket for Camden Hills to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, an 8-2 run now, but I think it's going to take more than a sextant. You're going to need some sort of nuclear power generator here. Let's take a look at this last basket here, the one that breaks up the run. A nice hesitation move, getting right to left with a hand in his face. Solid finish there from Kiefer Healy. Now up to 10 points. The second came.
Watch one again. Maine Public is rebroadcasting all of the state final games this weekend. Last night's Class B games are seen this morning, but today's games begin tonight at 10 p.m. with a replay of the Class C girls. And championship weekend picks up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for a full day of state final excitement, starting with the Class C boys at 6 a.m. For a full replay schedule, head to mainepublic.org/basketball.
Keys to success here in the tournament. Well, it's defense, rebounding, and taking care of the basketball. Only 5 turnovers. You play great defense. They've created 11 turnovers from Camden Hills. And if you can rebound the ball, 23 rebounds, 14 defensive, and 9 offensive from Portland, that just puts you in a great position. And that is why this lead is almost 20 now.
Camden Hills, of course, can't make it back in one shot, so it's all about stops and chipping away. First opportunity to get a stop here starts right now. Ramazani. Lamani. Got to beat the 10, though. He doesn't realize it, but he did get that across the timeline. LeGage got fouled. That'll be the second foul, or a first foul on Camden Hills. I think the timeout's left. Is that accurate? One left for Camden Hills?
That is accurate. I've lost track, but they've had to burn through them here, but they only have the 1 timeout left.
Wow.
Just trying to stop some runs there. And
oh, yeah. Not questioning Coach Gabriel as far as taking them. I just didn't realize they were down to 1.
Kind of that quicksand effect right now for Camden Hills. The harder they fight against it, the harder it is. But look at the overload right now from Portland. They create so much space. Look at all the space that Jones has to work with.
Cordell inside. Seiko. Ephraim drives. Reverse layup. No. There's the putback. Yes. Benny Lamani. And Portland keeps extending the lead. He only has snuff out the hope with the Windjammers.
Only has 4 points, but 12 rebounds. That was his 6th offensive rebound.
Whitley rejected. Cordell's in on the block party. Here's Jones. Ramazani. LeGage back outside. Ramazani will kick it out. You want to take a wild, low percentage shot. With a 19-point lead. Foul called.
Well, this is what Portland's offense does so well. As you see Coach Russo over there, he's orchestrating everything from the sideline. They attacked 2 or 3 times. You cannot accuse them of trying to take the air out of the basketball, but they're so disciplined, there's nothing there. And one of the things, reading the paper and reading articles, getting ready for this game here tonight, chemistry was the #1 word that they used. And this chemistry is off the charts right now for Portland. They know where everyone is and where they're supposed to be at all times.
Museko going to work inside on Schwam. Joe Russo wants a timeout this time. He'll have 2 left after he takes this one.
The other thing, too, with Portland is they're able to get back out and get high and wide with their offense. And Camden Hills is at a point now where they cannot be passive about that. They've got to come out and defend that. But we've seen all night long when Camden Hills defenders get close to ball handlers for Camden, or for Portland rather, Portland blows right by them and gets to the rack.
When you support these basketball game broadcasts as a member, you get access to Passport, the online streaming service of Maine Public and PBS. From basketball to Bob Ross, from sound waves to safe harbors, Nova to Masterpiece Theater. Hundreds of other shows, Passport connects you to the thousands of hours of quality television while your sport helps create more. Go to mainepublic.org/passport to learn more.
Big Bob Ross guy growing up.
Jim is here hoping for a miracle comeback. That's what it would take now, down 19.
Well, right now, Portland is painting a masterpiece defensively. Only 10 second half points yielded here by the Bulldogs, who have been locked down defensively here throughout this tournament. We talked about it. They were the 2nd lowest points against in regional tournaments for champions that came out of their region, and they continue to, as in the first half, they really gave up a lot of points, 36, which was more than their average.
I was about to make it all creatures great and small pun and bid it back because it would have been a colossal bomb. You just got to know sometimes when to say when.
I'm proud of you. I saw you in the corner of my eye chuckling about something. I knew that you were up to some mischief.
Like, just leave that one on the table and let it die. Oh. Maddox Mees.
You could share it with me later.
Yeah, I will. Believe me, viewers, you don't need to hear it or see it. It was the dad joke of all dad jokes. Ramazani, in fact, was fouled.
But again, Portland's quickness, and you and I saw all 3 Camden Hills regional tournament games. It just feels like this team has the most speed of any team that Camden Hills played. Yeah. And Camden's one loss was against Coney, which is they've been a very fast team all year long. They were really lauded for their speed and ability to play high tempo basketball. But with Portland here,
Ramazani got a little too deep. Ames, I think his presence forced the miss.
I was going to say, with Portland, it's speed in the half court that's amazing.
There's some speed right there from Nolan Ames. Got fouled. It's on Lumani.
Take a look
first
here.
On Portland here in the fourth quarter.
Nice change of direction here from Nolan Ames, and got a little bit of the upper body, lower body, and deposited Nolan Ames to the hardwood floor here in the Cross Insurance Arena.
Ames with 20 points at halftime. Left him. Wait one more to get his 25th.
Unbelievable job to take and kind of slow him down. And not many teams have been able to do that this year. Yeah, he had his 20. He exploded for 12 of them in the second quarter there, but they've really done a good job of putting him in a straitjacket. Only 2 Windjammers have scored here in the second half, Healy and Ames.
Ames, the 3 off the takeaway. Yes! That's what Camden Hills needs. They've cut the gap to 15 points. Lamani waiting for help to arrive. Ramazani. Great speed. He's outside. Portland here, I feel, is taking the air out of the game, but they're not stalling either.
No, they're playing with great speed in the half court, and it's really getting Camden Hills out of possession, or position rather, and they're looking to attack. They're going down into the middle of the paint, but they're not taking reckless shots when they do it. We've seen them when they can get a gap. I mean, you don't score 65 points by taking the air out of the basketball.
No. He's made smart shots, been a little bit more deliberate. And that's another one for Camden Hills. Tucker Whitley this time.
Starting to get him involved now. Plenty of time left here for Camden Hills. Only the one timeout, but turnovers are going to start to be a big part of this game.
Foul called here. Oh, a Schwalm, it appears. 4, I guess they changed it already in the scoreboard. I'll wait and see. Here's that 3.
Yep, just steps up and drains it. It's been a quiet half for Nolan Ames by his standards, but he's starting to find it. If he starts to get into rhythm and starts to get that confidence going, he can score in bunches. This Camden Hills team can score in bunches. This press has given Portland a little bit of trouble here.
Almost threw it to us, but of course Ramazani with that great speed got there easily. Jones, he's got a runway, and he'll cash it in off the glass.
17 now for Cordell Jones. The lane opens up in front of him. He lays it in softly.
Great pass from Schwalm to Ames. Jammed home.
Oh! Put him on your poster.
The Windjammer. Seiko. Legage outside. Mees. Backed up to Tucker Whitley. Everyone wants to reset. Mees passing out of trouble to Legage.
Camden's going to throw doubles at anything that they can, like right here.
Almost got a turnover there. Mees. Cordell off the glass. That's just unfair when he's that close and there's only one man on him.
8 points in the quarter for Cordell Jones.
Kimball off the iron. Cordell's got the rebound. He's trying to take this game over. We got too ambitious there, trying to split defenders and lost it to Beveridge. 2.5 to go.
Got to be a touch more urgency now here from Camden Hills, down 14.
Ames with a man in his face. He'll be out of bounds. Thought he might get the roll when it popped up high, but just over the backboard.
There's just been nowhere to go downhill for Camden here as Coach Gabriel
he'll use his final timeout. 2:24 to go.
Well, you can't take him with you.
No. And you're down 14. You might as well look to get something planned now and try to find some way to definitely come back in this game. Much easier said than done against this Portland team.
Well, I think it's all about getting things going here defensively, but watch this. Backdoor pass. Nolan Ames finishing hard with the right hand.
He had to hold on to that for a while, too. It almost looked like he was going to get down too low to slam it home, but just managed to float for that extra split second.
Just got to defy gravity long enough to get around Maddox Mees and slam it home with the right hand. But it's got to be attack mode here for Camden Hills. They have no fouls left to give. So Portland's going to be shooting free throws here the rest of the way, up 69-55. These guys have been in it all night long over there, these Camden Hills young Windjammers.
Oh, yeah, you won't get the enthusiasm out of the young Camden Hills crowd.
When's the last time you wore a popcorn bucket on your head?
About a week and a half ago, actually.
Really?
Yeah. During one of the broadcasts of the regional tournaments. It was a unique look. They told me not to do it again, so I didn't do it tonight.
Probably a good fashion choice on your part.
Goes well with the kilt I have. Maddox Mees inbounding. Yeah, it was a tartan popcorn box.
That's a collector's item.
Dangerous pass, almost stolen, got through. Ramazani.
What a great decision.
Yeah, no particular hurry at all. Would have been a tough shot. He had defenders there. Seiko. Legage. Back out to Cordell Jones. Mees. Setting with 2 minutes to go. Bulldogs fans chanting it's all over. They might be right if they bury a shot here.
And the ball does not stay in any one place for more than a half a second. They just beat you to spots.
Cordell into the paints. He'll shoot.
I mean, in that whole sequence there, the ball went left to right a couple of times. It touched every player's hand, and there was maybe a grand total of 4 or 5 dribbles. Portland moves the ball so well. I mean, Joe Russo, he's in the Maine Basketball Hall of Fame for a reason there, over 500 wins.
His game plan tonight, he's really the architect of the reason why it's 69-55, because Nolan Ames is a guy who can go off for 30, 35 points himself. He has 30 tonight, in fact. When you hold the rest of the team to 25.
It was just a tremendous game plan to take away the complementary parts. He realized,
Of which there are many.
He said that there was 1, 2, 3 plans for Nolan Ames, and they had to use all of them. Because, I mean, like you said, he scored 30 points in this contest, but they took away the complementary parts. That was what was most impressive to me about this game plan here from Portland.
Camden Hill is desperately trying to find a way back. That's one way. Tucker Whitley leads a dozen.
One of those complementary parts right there, and Tucker Whitley averaged 12 points in the regional tournament, coming to life here late.
Jones lost it and got it back. Look out. Luseko. Bam! Couldn't dunk it, but he laid it in.
Doesn't matter how, just matters that it goes in.
A 3, Whitley. Ames almost the slam put back. He couldn't pick Ramazani's pocket. Here comes Loic. Luseko steps around and hits. And the Portland Bulldog fans now looking at a gold ball. Ely outside. Schwam for 3. Won't go. Rebound fought for. Last touch by the Windjammers.
Portland's ability to finish at the rim tonight has been outstanding. 60% shooting from the floor. Not a lot on the outside. I mean, they hit some threes. Jones had those 3 threes at the top of the key, but everything's been done in the paint. Great hustle there from Nolan Ames still.
They will not say die, despite the scoreline. There's no way back for them now. No possibilities. This Portland Bulldog team started slow. They do have 6 losses on the season. They were limited by injuries early, started 4-3. Cordell Jones and Maddox Mees on the shelf in football season. They won 6 out of their next 7. 2-2 down the stretch, and then went off that revenge tour, knocking off South Portland, Sanford, and Cheverus, teams that beat them in the regular season. And they're 35 seconds away from victory here over Camden Hills for a state championship.
Their 7th win in a row, longest win streak of the season. They got hot at the right time.
Healthy and at full strength. And Loic Ramazani says, get up and cheer.
Just an unbelievable coaching job by Coach Russo with this Bulldogs team.
Going high coming in now, the senior. He'll take out Cordell Jones. Now the Bulldogs faithful standing as one.
Jones, Mees, Martin, all football players. Four straight
as well. Yep.
4 straight championship games. In football, they won one of them, and they'll pick up another gold ball to add to their very impressive resumes.
Camden Hills, a heck of a season. Joe Russo and the Bulldogs just wouldn't let them play the overall game they wanted to play tonight. Nolan Ames got points. Coach Russo and the Bulldogs shut down the supporting cast.
A gutsy game plan, too, to be willing to let Nolan Ames go and do what he was going to do. Just kind of understanding that he's such a special player. All-time leading scorer at Camden Hills. I know it's not how he wants his career to end, but 30 points in a state game.
Maybe Mr. Maine basketball to be crowned next weekend. Elvis Ashimwe in the game now, the sophomore for Portland, number 12. Camden Hills, the subs in the game too. This is Finn Mitchell around the Hendricks screen, and Mitchell buries the bucket.
Great job by Mitchell to come in the game, play hard, get a couple of points here in a state championship game.
Windjammers. Battle on the sideline, but that's it. The Bulldogs fans will celebrate, but not as much as the players will. Look what this gold ball means to the Bulldogs.
Just an unbelievable tournament run. A 6th seed, dealt with injury, dealt with adversity through the first half of the season. But when it came time to put it all together, Coach Joe Russo and his boys certainly did that, and they did it in an emphatic way against what a lot of people said was the best basketball team in the state, but there's only one gold ball to go home, and it's not a long drive from here to Portland High School.
Now they can walk it right down the street if they want to. Have a parade right now. About a 5-minute walk, maybe 10.
What a night from Cordell Jones. He was phenomenal. 9 points here in the final period.
Respect between these two teams, obvious. Nolan Ames with a hug for Cordell Jones. Those two might meet again. I wonder if they'll be playing next week, perhaps, in the McDonald's game, correct?
Yes, they're both going to be playing next week in the McDonald's game up in Bangor at Husson. Of course, the banquet a week from tonight. They'll announce Mr. and Miss Maine basketball, along with all the other All-Stars, as part of that. You see the gold ball there, what it's all about.
Richard Rimmo from the first day of practice. Hoist the gold ball to cut down the nets. Celebrate here in Portland if you're a Class A team like the Bulldogs and Windjammers are.
At a total of 32 points.
We'll see what Coach Russo's comments will be at the end of this game as far as to let us in a bit on what some of those plans A, B, and C were. As the Bulldogs, his troops, ran them to perfection here tonight.
5 baskets, 2 free throws.
Just kind of taking a quick look at some numbers there as you take a look at Lucas Legage celebrating. 4 different players, 4 players for Portland in double figures tonight. 3, again, you know, Camden Hills kind of did what they did. They ended up at 60 points. That's their average on the season. 67 in the regular season.
On behalf of the Maine
63 in the tournament.
And Hammond Lumber Company, a big
Bill Gabriel's got his team huddled up for consolation here, but this game tonight does not take away much of the luster of an outstanding season for this Windjammers team. 20-2.
We hope that the memories you made
Place the gold ball game, a regional championship.
Last a lifetime.
Don't come home with the hardware they wanted, but this is still an outstanding team, the boys in red, white, and black.
Yes, unbelievable run for them. Great season. It's so tough in this moment. You don't want to let your season be defined by this one night, and it shouldn't be. But an unbelievable season from them. Unbelievable talent. Great coaching job by Joel Gabriel all year long. And Nolan Ames in his swan song, 30 points in a state championship game. A lot of nights that's enough.
Not a bad way to go out, is it?
No, not a bad way at all.
We're about to go down to the floor for the awards presentation as we look at the ecstatic Bulldogs and the proud Windjammers. And that is pride right there.
Athletic administrator for Morris High School, Mike Daly, athletic administrator for Deering High School, and representing Hammond Lumber Company is Steve Prey, the Vice President of Operations in the Southern Region. To begin the award presentation, I'd like to ask
Bulldogs set to
Coach
pick up
Joel
their
Gabriel
awards.
of Camden Hills High School.
Camden
and
Hills
his
will come out
assistant
first.
coaches Michael McGeady and John
Pick up
Morrow to
the house
come
mic.
forward and assist with the presentation of awards. We'll begin with the managers. Walter Field, Cody McLaughlin, and the scorekeeper, Trudy McClellan. Sophomores, Cole Hedrich, juniors, Kiefer Healy, Finn Mitchell, Kale Melquist, Tucker Whitley, Carter Duke, Braden Beveridge, seniors, Hollis Schwalm, Evan Kimball, Thomas Ledbetter, Jacob Harrington, Alec Brown, and Nolan Ames. On behalf of the Maine Principals Association and Hammond Lumber Company, it is our distinct pleasure to present the runners-up plaque for the 2026 Maine Class A Boys State Basketball Championship to the Windjammers of Camden Hills Regional High School. Congratulations. And now, to present the awards to your 2026 Maine Class A State Basketball Champions of Portland High School, I would ask head coach Joe Russo to please come forward, along with his assistant coaches Dan Legage, Joe Giordano III, Dylan Goodman, and Jordan Drudge. We will begin with the manager, Noah Giordano. Freshman, Ephraim Luseco. Jackson Gideon. Sophomore, Elvis Ishimwe. Juniors, Justin Bouchard, Wyatt Day, Alex Martin, Maddox Mees, Quinn Derrick, seniors, Colin Haig, Benny Lumani, Lucas Legage, Cordell Jones, and Luik Ramazani. On behalf of the Maine Principals Association and Hammond Lumber Company, it is our distinct pleasure to present the championship gold ball trophy for the 2026 Maine Class A Boys Basketball Championships to the Bulldogs of Portland High School. As champions of the Boys Class A State Championship, you are invited now to cut down the nets. Congratulations from all of us at the MPA and Hammond Lumber Company. Enjoy celebrating your championship. And the Maine Principals Association, Hammond Lumber Company, and the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety remind you that to celebrate your achievements, you must get home safely.
Celebration begins here at Spring Street. It'll carry on to Cumberland Avenue. The Portland Bulldogs, state champs, and they're loving it.
State champion,
What a run through the tournament for them as a 6 seed. I did a little digging, a little research here. We'll tell you when the last 6 seed won the regional champion, or a state championship rather, after the break.
Yeah, we'll take a break, come back, and Bulldogs cut down the nets. We'll talk about it with our sideline man, Greg Levinsky, and the Portland Bulldogs players and coaches. Bulldogs, state champs in Boys Class A.
Production of high school basketball on Maine Public Television is made possible by people like you and by
Expect the unexpected at the University of Maine at Presque Isle, committed to providing an affordable education with a personalized experience full of discovery and innovation.
Thanks to Maine Credit Union's Surf Network, I have access to the largest surcharge-free ATM network in the state. Find a Surf ATM at mainecreditunions.org.
Hammond Lumber Company, serving contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with building supplies and custom services from 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire.
The environment is just awesome.
Great campus, small, close-knit community.
Everyone's really welcoming.
Everything feels very personal.
You feel like you belong here.
Portland Bulldogs gathering at center court to take the picture for posterity, the state champs. We'll take a look at the final stats.
Well, I mean, that's the big number there at the top of the screen. 69% from the floor from Portland, and they did it all by attacking the basket. Free throws, I understand that's kind of, look back on that. I'm sure that Coach Russo is going to enjoy this game film, but he's going to probably in the back of his head pick away at that a little bit. But again, the turnovers, they turned over Camden Hills 10 times, but then you saw there the balanced scoring for this Bulldogs team. 4 players in double figures. They're the first 6 seed since 2018. The Winslow girls winning that state championship. The last boys team to win as a 6 seed was Old Town back in 2014. They beat Poland 64-39. So it's not unheard of, but it's been a while, and they ran through a really tough A South region.
Look how happy Loic Ramazani is. Lucas Legage over there to his left. Cordell Jones. Number 1's appropriate for him, isn't it?
Oh, unbelievable. Number 1 on the football field, going to go to Maine, was a top player for them, but he was outstanding tonight, had him for 18 points, 19 for Legage, who was their leading scorer in the regular season, only averaged in the playoffs 6.7 points, exploded for almost 20 tonight. It just felt like, for Camden Hills, they were what they were all tournament long. I look at the score and I look at the lines there as they're gathering up. They haven't even started to cut down the nets here, but I mean, it's not far to get home from here. They can be out as late as they want, I suppose.
When you're out there, you want to freeze this moment as long as you can.
100%. Some Journey in the background, don't stop believing. Well, they didn't stop believing in Portland.
Yeah, with the start they had, 4-3, starting the new year. From that point on, they went 12-3 down the stretch, 2-2. The revenge tour, they finished that off. That was something in the playoffs. Almost got knocked off by South Portland in a 34-33 game. Didn't shoot well in that contest. Fought through it, played great D. Tonight, the shots were falling, as you were talking about with our stat graphic.
Yeah, also, they played in the preseason, and Portland got up 17 points in that preseason game, and that lead got away from them. Camden Hills came back in that. I know preseason was a long time ago, but this time I think that there's probably something that Coach Russo said, hey, we've played them before. I know it was preseason. We got up big. We didn't finish. Tonight, Portland got up big, and they finished.
Now for the most exhilarating yet shortest climb in the state of Maine. Here's those stats again.
Cordell Jones, 20 points tonight for him. An unbelievable performance. He really just exploded tonight. Finished at the rim so efficiently. Nolan Ames, 30 points. Tonight stings a lot, I'm sure, but he's going to be Mr. Maine basketball. I find it very, very hard that he won't win that award next week.
I think it's probable. I would be surprised if he didn't, but of course there's two other finalists who are very, very good as well. But we'll see. Right now, though, the thing that you'd like is what Lucas Legage is carrying.
Some scissors on a ladder.
Gold ball as well down on the floor.
I never don't get goosebumps when I watch this happen.
No, this is fun. It doesn't matter the sport either, but really for basketball, I think, because it's a sport that I think every team in the state plays. You know, you don't have that with any other sport. Football, you don't. You don't have that with hockey, swimming, tennis. I mean, anything. It's pretty much going to be just basketball. Everyone plays, and the Bulldogs up there right now, and there's Benny Lamani.
Well, he wasn't even on the ladder, actually, cutting down the net. He's just reaching up there for it. But, I mean, the way that Portland did it through this tournament run, tough game with South Portland. They won that game. They did not have a double-digit quarter scoring-wise in that. They won that one 34-33. That was the number 3 team. Then they go through the number 2 team in Sanford, a 61-51 win. And then they win the regional final against Cheverus, 48-30. Each game winning by more and more and just getting better and better and continuing to find that rhythm. As you see them up there cutting down the nets, continuing here.
And I don't think this is a team that ever did, as the song is going, stop believing in themselves.
No.
However, that win over South Portland, I think, really made them think, you know, we can win the whole darn thing.
See Jackson Gideon there, absolutely. I mean, again, this is their longest win streak of the season, and it's a great time to have a win streak. You only got to win 4 in a row when it matters the most. They've won 7 now. And a gold ball here for the Bulldogs, their first since 2017. Number 11 overall for the program.
Most recently before that, 2014. They had 2 chances since. They lost in 2015 as well as 2023. That great game with their arch rival South Portland went to the Red Riots that year, 52-42. You're now talking about 103 years between gold ball game appearances for the Portland Bulldogs. And their first time to this time, their first gold ball championship, they took them 3 times rather, before they got it. Third time was the charm in 1936. They've kind of, you look at their history, 36, 42, 43, 50, and 86. Then a 13-year route to 1999. Robert Pillsbury's team knocking off an upstart Lawrence team that season. 2004 and 2014 beat Hamden Academy that year. And now a dozen years later, another gold ball heading down the street to Portland High School.
Romani back up on the ladder. He's now destroying that thing. He protected it all night just to do that to it. But here comes the best part here.
I got to wait, make sure that both sides are ready. Loic Ramazani's up on the ladder. I think he's just done his job.
Cordell Jones there.
Cordell's on one end, Loic on the other. And once both of them are ready, they're going to wave it. I think what they're trying to do is cut that into 2. Yeah, so Ramazani wants to share that with Lucas Legage.
It's just destroyed, but they don't care. It's theirs. They can do whatever they want with it. They earned it.
Here we go. Wave them, boys. A 2026 state champ, Portland Bulldogs.
And they did it with defense. They did it with defense. I know they gave up 60 tonight, but the defense was just absolutely smothering. Turned Camden Hills over a bunch. Defense and rebounding. You do those 2 things, you're in a really good spot, I think. Over there posing with the gold ball.
Greg Levinsky is heading down toward the Portland Bulldogs. When he's ready, we'll check in with him in just a moment. He's going to bring some players over, and I'm sure talk to Coach Russo as well. And once we get the word that he's ready, we'll send it down to him.
Always count on Greg to get the good interviews, get the key players involved. Working the sidelines for us here all night long. I think he's just about ready over there.
Not quite. He's shifting around over, and I do think we can send it down to the sideline right now. We'll pick up Greg Levinsky.
Cordell, I want to start with you. You know, you already know what you're doing next. You didn't have to be here. You didn't have to play basketball. Why was it important for you to do this and lead this team and be a part of them and win a state title?
I think it's important because I grew up with these guys. I grew up all around Portland. We started riding bikes together and stuff. Then we got into AAU together, played on the same AAU team for a long time. And then, like, honestly, basketball was my first love, really. And then I got the opportunity to play football at divisional level, and I took it. And then this year I just knew it was important. Like, my mind and everything's relaxed now. I can just focus on basketball throughout the season. I had some injuries at first, and then I kind of got back into swinging things, and these guys lifted me up, and we just carried along the way.
It took a long time for you guys to become whole, but you did and peaked at the right time. Why did this team peak right when you needed to?
Oh, it was just random. But we also had to step up our game. After a couple bad losses, we knew what we had. We knew we had good players. We knew from 1 to 5, even through 8, that we could compete with anybody in this level. And for us, peaking at that time, peaking late, was the best thing to happen to us.
You guys were the 6th seed in the regional tournament. Did you think you were state champs even then?
Yeah, I kind of felt like it like a month ago, really. I kind of woke up one morning and had a dream about winning the state championship. And then when I manifest things, they usually come true. And then I just kind of knew, like, we're just going to put the work in from there. And then everything comes itself.
You were the primary defender on Ames, at least at the beginning. What type of challenge did he pose?
Oh, obviously a big challenge. We know he can shoot. We know he can attack. We know he can shoot the mid-range. And then for me to pick up those quick 2 fouls, kind of, I feel like helped him a lot. Him getting whatever he wants on offense and us slowing him down, I feel is what really helped us.
Going into this game, what were some of the keys that you guys were looking for, and how did you execute?
I mean, we were really just looking to play team basketball, and on defense, we really had to communicate and step it up. We played man-to-man the whole game, really. We didn't have to bring out full court pressure. We kind of just play our own game, and then on offense, we really had to knock down our shots and get rebounds and put it back in, and then just keep playing, no matter what happens.
The net's around your neck. How's that feel?
Oh, it feels amazing. It feels amazing. It feels better.
Half of that, yeah.
It feels better than what I expected. I knew, for me saying early beginning of the season, we're going to be state champions, but then for us to actually be it, it's almost like a dream come true.
Congratulations, guys. Back to you.
Loic, it is a literal dream come true. In fact, Cordell said he dreamed it about a month and a half ago, and here they are with a gold ball.
And I think that was a really important point that Loic made, too. Got in trouble early, but he locked down defense, and Portland, 6th seed. Cinderella, the shoe fit.
What a season for Portland. What a season for Maine basketball as we wrap it up here from the Cross Insurance Arena. I want to thank our director, Andre Cormier, our sideline guy, Greg Levinsky, my color commentator, Jared Richmond. My name is Rob Kennedy saying so long from Portland. The Bulldogs, 76-60 winners over Camden Hills. They are the 2026 Class A Boys State Champs. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night. Yeah, thank you as well.